Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Saturday morning, so you know it's time for another live edition of The Extra Point. Pill Culture in the house. Tasha T. Sizzle in the house. Tasha, is it an understatement to say that people are probably curious to check in on today's show? Any particular reason why they may?
I mean, it's a bunch of haters or people who think that, well, I'm not extra sensitive. You and Mike may be a little bit extra sensitive about a certain little ditty that's going on now.
We shall see. We shall see. All right, so hey, let's just get right to it. The address the elephant in the room. On Wednesday, the notifications started flying in left and right, mostly from trolls, as I was trying to just do my job and live my life, saying that the University of Michigan fired head coach Sherrone Moore with cause for having an inappropriate relationship with a staffer. Now, we're going to say her name. Her name is Paige Shiver. I know a lot of people have been neglecting to say her name, but she is not a minor. She is a grown woman.
Oh, you mean Hester Prynne? Oh, okay.
Oh, so it's no block M, it's block A, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
All right.
She got a A, kind of like the Alabama A. On her
right. Chest. Okay, so let's set the stage because I'm dying to get your thoughts on Wax about this. So, according to reports, John Beacon, who covers the football program in the school in general, it's reported that the university questioned Moore and Shiver back in July about the nature of their relationship, to which they both denied. Now, things took a turn for the worse for Moore on Wednesday when she turned around and spilled the beans. She provided text messages, emails, screenshots, videos, all of the evidence that they needed to fire Moore with cause. And what we mean by with cause, meaning that unlike Brian Kelly, they don't have to pay his remaining salary. They can fire him, and any money owed to him, he better try to go get it from his mammy. So that's how that went. Now, things took an even stranger.
And she ain't selling, punk.
Right, and I ain't selling, punk. Tasha, don't distract me. This is okay. This is going to be therapy. So after the firing, just to catch everybody up, and then we're going to pitch it to you. So after the firing, Moore was arrested and charged with felony third-degree home invasion after forcing his way into Ms. Shiver's apartment and threatening her with we're going to say an object. I'm going to let you tackle the object in question. He was arraigned yesterday, and I believe his next court appearance is in late January. Tasha, there's a lot to unpack here. What were your initial thoughts when you seen it come across the Geek Wire on Wednesday?
Well, first I thought, what? No, like you. I mean, I didn't have anybody really trolling me, to be honest, because the people who were sending me messages were like, the first one, you know, my friend Lamar that you met at the Texas State Fair. Shouts out to Lamar. He sent me a text message and it said, "Come on, Sherrone Moore." And I was like, what is he didn't think anything about it.
Right.
What did I do? As I normally do, let you so eloquently put all my business out to me this morning, talking about I ain't got nothing to do. I went to the Twitter. And as I'm holding my phone, I said, "Come again?" Boom, tis.
Bro, keep going, bro. Jody would be proud of you for that.
And that's when I started sending you and Mike all because I was like, neither one of them have said anything. So I didn't think you guys knew at the time when I was sending stuff. Y'all, him and Mel Tucker, well, Sherrone Moore was the number one trending topic. And I think Mel Tucker was like number 4. That at that time when I logged into Twitter and just started reading. First of all, I was very disappointed because I did mention Mel Tucker before. There have been several cases of instances like this happening. You had the Rick Pitino incident. You had Mel Tucker. You had M.A. Idoka. You had Bobby Petrino, Hugh Freeze. You had a litany of other, scenarios like this, and I can't think of the coach. He was supposed to get hired as a black coach, supposed to get hired at Pittsburgh, but he got charged with domestic violence and lost that job, and then the charges got dropped. My question is, or my first thought was, you've seen this happen many times. Why would you think you're different? You just saw Shannon Sharpe, and he's getting on here, getting all sensitive, talking about I've been there. All of that could have been avoided. Everything could have been avoided. So my initial reaction was definitely shock.
Yeah. It's like when I tell you, Tasha, that my phone, I'm at work now. I'm working, like literally working, and I get a text from my brother in the middle of the day, which never happens. And it simply said, "Why y'all fire Moore?" And I was like, "What? What do you mean why you fire Moore?" And when I logged on, I couldn't log on right away, but when I went on to the internet, I didn't see it right away. So I thought my brother just got it wrong. But then Adam Schefter, whenever it comes from Shefty, it's law. And he's
a Michigan man. Him and Mark Eisen, what's his name? Eisen at NFL Network. Those are
right.
Michigan.
And I'm gonna be totally transparent. On the heels of our conversation last week, when you gave him a D-, I initially thought, damn, that was a quick hook. I thought it was because of Ohio State. I thought it was because of the season. But when I saw with cause, right then my heart jumped. And I was like, with cause? Oh, wait a minute. What? And as I continued to read, all I could picture was that Coldplay couple. And like, bro, like to your point, to your right. And to your point, Sherrone Moore, obviously you got a phone because she turned over your text messages and videos and all of that. So obviously I know you saw that Coldplay video and what it cost that man who had a multi-million-dollar business and his job go down the drain, family go down the drain, embarrassment and the nine. I was just shocked. I was literally shocked. And I'm gonna just keep it real as a black man, embarrassed, just because it's like, bro, come on, man. Like I would have much rather stomach coming on here defending him that he got a quick hook that Harbaugh didn't get until I saw the allegations. You got to get rid of that dude for that.
But the thing is, it's like that show. Mike and I watch true crime a lot, and that show Greed. And I said, everyone continues because they think they can't get caught. And like I said, she's just as guilty. She still has her job, but you willingly and willfully entered into a relationship with a man that you knew was married. So from everything that's being put out now, they were in a relationship for years. So it's no longer an affair. Right. It is a relationship.
Right.
And people get on me and say, "Oh, I'm victim blaming." Yeah, sometimes I do, because sometimes victims have to think about what they did and what was their part in these scenarios. Mm-hmm. At any time, if you didn't want to be with him or you felt uncomfortable, you could have easily ended the relationship and told, just like you did last Wednesday. Don't say that. You know how they say, "Oh, it's the rule because he was the authority and she was the subordinate." If she was that uncomfortable, and I'd say this in life in general, if you're that uncomfortable with anything that's going on in your life, stop doing it. Mm-hmm. She continued because it was benefiting her. She got damn near $40,000 pay increase.
70%.
Because she was making $58,000 and she went up to damn $90,000. And no one, and I mean, at that point, that's when I would have been like, wait a minute, what the hell is going on? Maybe that could have been it.
But okay, I have to go back and find the timeline of when she got the raise. But that raised an eyebrow to me because we've both worked in corporate America. I'm still in corporate America now. There are channels to have to approve a raise of that magnitude. You don't just change going to the workforce and change somebody's salary like that. It has to go through levels of approval for you to get anything beyond the standard 3 to 5% that people get on their annual review.
Right. So she's just as guilty, but now she's going to go on this woe is me tour and say, she's starting it now by her going and snitching. That was to cover her ass, not because all of a sudden she got morals. That was to save her ass and her reputation. But the thing is, your reputation is already ruined, Hester Prynne. Like I said, I wouldn't even want to work that job. You're walking around and everybody's knowing that you a hoe. An outright hoe.
Good morning, AP Colton. Good morning, Martrice Hastings. She's like, hashtag stop. Okay, now, Tasha, for those of you who Goon Squash, y'all know this, but for those who may just be passing by, and if you are passing by, make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube and keep up with our content, get those notifications when we come on and talk our sports. Tasha said it many times, and this is the perfect illustration to a T. The cover-up is always worse than the crime. Let's go back to July, Tasha, to your point. And we're going to be fair and balanced on this show. So if it makes you squirm a little bit, it was an old saying that one of my teachers used to say. He said, if the truth hurts, you'll be in pain. If it drives you crazy, you'll be insane, but you're going to hear it from me. And today you're going to hear the truth. The truth of the matter is both of them, Sherrone and Miss Shiver, had an opportunity to walk away from this quietly in July. They had the goods on you in July. You're a parent. Have you ever asked Sasha something that you didn't know the answer to? You're trying to see if she's going to lie about it.
Right.
AP Colt is right here, y'all. I can't recall a time. At the time, I didn't know she knew the answer. She wanted to see if I was going to come clean or if I was going to lie about it. So in July, you had an opportunity, if you're Sherrone Moore, to say, okay, y'all, you caught my hand in the cookie jar. We had a little quick fling. I'm going to end that relationship right now. She could have been reassigned to another department at Michigan. He could have either, if they wanted to go all the way ham, he could have walked away citing mental health issues. They could have done a quiet walk away and had a new coach in place before the start of the 2025 season to where you could have gotten another job this year. Who's going to hire you, bro? Who's about to hire you? And to your point, Ms. Shiver, you walking around.
Say her whole name. Say her whole name.
Paige.
And isn't her father some kind of exec with the Chicago Bears or something like that? Use a hoe.
Farrah, don't gas her up.
Well, you know it's okay to say hoe on TV now.
Okay. Now, hey, shouts out, man. Make sure you like and subscribe. He says once he fired her, I think that's when this went left. Yeah, because hell hath no fury, my brother.
Wait a minute. Who fired who?
He's saying that he was about to let her go. Remember, there's a lot of intertwining and entanglements in this story. And Adam Schefter said it, and he caught heat for this. The only person we haven't heard from was Sherrone in this. And he deserves to have his say about what happened. But that is one of the stories that's being printed. Let me zap your ass out of here. Looking like Freddy Krueger.
It's my Sherrone Moore starter kit. Some butter knives and some kitchen scissors.
All right. He says 2-year deal with Sanders. He's the best guy to keep the team together. Michigan needs a hero. Some no-name paper tiger is going to need 3 or 4 years. Now, I'm a huge Sanders fan, and I do think that with the resources that Michigan can provide, he could be an excellent recruiter, and he could definitely keep Bryce Young. Here's the thing that the elephant in the room that leads to uncomfortable conversations, Tasha. Those people who are cutting those checks, I don't know if they're ready to see another brother right away.
Well, the reports are that they allegedly, some boosters have been hiring a private investigator because they didn't want him to begin with because of the fact that he's a brother.
Well, and let's not even just stop it there at the fact that he's a brother. You came on here last week and gave him a D-. You weren't happy with the performance, and you said,
I wasn't happy with the hire, and you just keep skipping over that point. I didn't want him to be hired. I didn't, because when he won those games, when he out there crying them damn tears for fears for Harbaugh, you're still playing games and winning games with Harbaugh's players. And like you and Mike said, you got to give somebody 4 years to get their own people in or whatever. I just didn't see what type of job he was doing, a good coaching job. If you're the coach, you're in charge of getting people to develop your players. If you can't do it, he was a tight end. There's no way in hell Bryce Underwood should have looked as bad as he did this year. I'm just going to say it. He did not look. What's the super saying out there with the fuck eyes? He's a freshman. I didn't see him looking.
Yeah, but he has 2 wide receivers that are going to be top 5 picks in the NFL draft. Michigan does not.
And whose fault is that? That's recruiting. You need to, like you and Mike said, stop recruiting wide receivers that are 5'8" to 5'11".
Yeah, but I mean, okay, I don't want to digress too far back into last week's conversation, but that's part of the 4-year plan to build something. And he says, no, he did fire her. He also wanted her to have an abortion, and that turns relationships sour as well.
But allegedly, we still don't know because
allegedly.
That's still
allegedly. Well, according to you, DoorDash did this, and then according to
that's still up in the air. Someone said that he had a plan B, DoorDash to.
I don't believe that one.
Yeah, I mean that's a stretch, but you never know.
Right, because my thing is, I would think that he would have gotten DoorDash for one. He would have gotten a plan B for one of his players. But they're not getting a girlfriend pregnant.
But it's up. But to me, it goes down to the same old thing. It's the lack of sexual control on her part and his. Like you said, when the seat wasn't hot, the seat had flames and they was sitting their ass on it in July. That should have been their first reason to say, hey, we got to call this quits. We got to cut this off.
Right. Shouts out to Troy Logan checking in. We appreciate you, my brother.
But they continued with the relationship. Again, all the people that I listed before, Bobby Petrino, Rick Pitino, Ime Udoka, Mel Tucker, all of them for being freak nasties.
Mm-hmm. And your favorite freak nasty, Deshaun Watson?
But his wasn't anything that had to do with somebody at work.
Well, he was putting in work.
But
he was putting in work. It's okay. So
my whole issue is everybody wants to paint him as the bad guy.
And he is.
No, she is just as guilty. My thing is where it went left, because one of my friends, I had posted something because like the same thing happened to me. My ex-husband had an affair with a girl he worked with. I didn't care because I already knew. You can't out slick a can of oil. That's what I always tell people.
You are a can of oil.
I didn't give a damn. And I know someone who this same thing happened to her, and then her daughter turned around and did the same thing to somebody else's husband. You see what I'm saying? My issue is when he went to her house and there were reports saying he kicked in the door. He did not. The door was already open.
It's been open because you know how those late night WIDs go. Right.
He didn't break the door down. He didn't put a knife to her throat. He only put a couple of butter knives to his throat and some kitchen scissors. So, we're going to take away the narrative that he's just some barbaric type person.
Right.
They're both just as guilty, in my opinion.
They are. And going to your barbaric person type of scenario, fellas, and before I get to that, let's check in. Jarrell Glenn, shouts out Soul on Sports. He says Michigan was going to fire him real soon anyway before the scandal. That's okay. Not if he would have beat Ohio State next year and make the playoff. He wasn't going nowhere. Antonio Brooks, shouts out. Thanks for checking in. He says, one and done for black coaches after this. Great show, y'all. Thank you, Antonio. And and
that's the truth. Now, Paul, y'all, I can tell y'all just a little sidebar. Paul and I go back and forth because I always say ABOB, and you guys know that's always.
Oh, wait a minute, Tasha. Keep going. But I just want you to put that in your bank.
That's true. And again, I have two very good friends who are white girls who are married to black men, and one of my good friends down here, who owns this club called Club Eden. Check it out if you're down here. She has children by a black man. But I don't know what it is about a certain sect of black man that when they do fall in love with, marry white women, that they don't identify or understand that the world still sees you as a black man, no matter who you're with. Like Tiger Woods, Tiger probably had more of a conniption, a come apart when he got arrested after old gal went upside his head. When his arrest record said race was black, than her going upside his head. Love is love, and I'm not down here saying, because he was with a white woman, whatever. But he, just like O.J. Simpson, you start assimilating yourself with different cultures, different races, and sometimes you do tend to forget who you really are and how the world really sees you, which is really fucked up. But look at what happened. Patino still has Patino still has a reputation of being that coach. We talk about Patino because we joking because he had the prostitute in the damn pizza in the Italian restaurant. Right. We joke on it. We joke about Bobby Petrino in a damn going to conference in a damn neck brace. We joke about
scabs on his temple.
Right. We joke about Freaky Freeze getting sex workers while he was on the job. We tell jokes.
Laying on the gurney getting domed.
Right. On the gurney coaching. But when it comes to black men, we don't have those jokes, and they don't. Now, Ime is the only one that has I'll say just he rose above it because now he's down there coaching the Houston Rockets. He was able to get another job, and his little leprechaun, she kept her job. They didn't fire her; they wanted to fire Ime.
Shouts out to the people checking in. They agree with you wholeheartedly there. Now,
and again, it's not a reformation on who loves who. That's not where I'm going with this. But I really wish black men, especially black men of a certain caliber or a certain level, and that have a certain presence and power, you have to understand, no matter how high you get, President Obama, they still look at you as low class.
So let me ask you this.
Never be in their club.
Let me ask you this, and this is for the sake of the topic of conversation for the people that's watching. Do you think that this would have been a different outcome had this been Harbaugh with a white woman instead of Sherrone Moore?
I mean, I think he still would have been fired. Look, what really did Sherrone in was going to that girl's house.
Yeah.
That's what
you can't defend that. You can't defend that.
There's no defending that. I mean, this is a little side. His attorney, a lot of you guys, I know you guys don't know, but us who have Michigan ties, his attorney is Joe Simon. And if you guys don't know who Joe, his office is right across from the big house.
Yeah.
He has relationships with the local judges,
yes.
the prosecutors, and the same team that's prosecuting Moore, he has affiliations with them. He even wrote like the code for the guideline for sentencing. So that's why people are saying maybe he may not get the 5 years. They say he's looking at 5 years because
for the felony. The misdemeanors, they'll plead that down.
Yeah, they'll plead that down. But in essence, you're ruined. You have ruined your career because you lost self-control. When they fired you, now, true enough, he hadn't been able to tell his side of the story because they had him in the white coat. Like,
you know what I thought about when I saw him yesterday? The meme of the little kid that gets woken up.
Grabbing his stuff. The scared straight.
Yeah, Sherrone in one of them outfits. Go ahead.
Like, he was fired on the spot, and then he did what he did. Went straight to Paige Shiver's apartment and acted a damn fool.
Okay, so right there, Tasha. Let me back up as we say good morning to Ms. Hastings and Junior Jarrell. I'm gonna come to y'all here in just a second. With you saying that, let me just paint a picture for all the fellas out there of how this could possibly happen. Okay, so you and your lady have been together for years. You done circumvented the system and got her a 70% raise. You are feeling like the king of the world. You're coming off a victory over Ohio State. You're in one of the most visible programs in the country. Aside from assimilation, I do really believe that you felt like you was the Teflon Don. It had been going on forever. Like you said, you knew what was going on with your husband in that situation. Who knows what the wife knew? A lot of times the wife is just like, don't embarrass us. Just don't embarrass us. So let's go here. Okay, you go to July. You deny. You, for whatever reason, she changes her story Wednesday. You're livid. You go home to your wife and you have to tell her you fired. And why? She kicked your ass out the house. Now, what's your next move, Tasha? I'm gonna pay. I'm like, we got to talk about this.
I'm going to her house. I'm gonna get these butter knives and these kitchen scissors.
Fellas, can you imagine preparing to face Texas in a high-profile bowl game, and that's the conversation that you're having that she told on you, and you seeing your own text messages and videos.
But there are some reports too saying that Ward Manuel, who is the AD of Michigan, was going to fire him once he got more tangible evidence, and the tangible evidence was Paige Shivers, aka Hester Prynne, aka the Scarlet Letter, finally admitting what they already knew.
Right. And for those in the chat who may not know, Ward Manuel is black. The man who fired him is black.
He's a brother.
So it wasn't like so he was fired by a jury of his peers. Let's catch up with some of these comments. Jarrell says, like Kanye said, you still an N-word in a coop. Agreed. Moore should have known that firing her would backfire. Like never. When I say never cheat down, what I mean is never engage in a relationship with somebody who has less to lose than you do. That has less to lose than you do. If you're in the position where all of your stuff is on the line, your career, your family, your money, why are you going to be messing around with a girl who was making $50,000 a year?
They always, you know why they do that? Remember, I sent you a picture of the beautiful, lovely Taylor Rooks. I said,
she's fine.
I said, why girls like this don't never be caught up in the scandal? Because they can't be bought.
Well, I told you that she'd rather have hot lava poured in her eyeballs than to sleep with Sherrone.
Exactly.
She's like, no, like I need to sleep with the president of the children's hospital. Not no coach.
I need the CEO, sir.
I need somebody who's going to protect me in this situation.
Exactly.
Okay, appreciate the conversation. Hey, we appreciate you jumping on. Hey, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we have plenty of good conversations. Jody, I know you was walking around in your Diddy robe, pleasing yourself at the news. Don't be laughing at our pain.
Jody,
by the way, congratulations on your show's success. Very proud.
Yes, I think you guys up to what 100,000 followers.
We running it up, y'all. Make sure y'all run up this man's numbers some more. Let's go to 200,000 for 2026. So, Junior says Mel Tucker was the coach at my alma mater and was ousted under similar situation. You a Michigan State fan? Michigan State alum?
You know what? We gonna forgive.
We right here today. We right here. We brothers in arms today, bro. Rock with it. Damn. All the jokes we got off on y'all, now look at us.
Now look at us.
Now
our edges are thin.
He said, right. That's what that part is what surprised me with Moore. Did you not learn from the coach down the road? We're all from different walks of life, and we all have the same question. Did you not see Coldplay ducking up under the?
I mean, exactly. It's like you saw the Coldplay video. You saw, and I know he's watching Nightcap, and I did.
Right.
That Shannon Sharp shit was. You watch ESPN, you know.
Antonio, you cooking, my brother. And all of y'all are cooking, but right here, he's saying the quiet part out loud. It's the ego, the arrogance.
Like, he was happy. He was like, "Yeah, I'm the man. I'm the coach at Michigan. They ain't gonna touch me. I've had this relationship with this girl for years, and ain't nothing ever. But it's just like you said, like what's the previous comment?
Probably for the destruction.
Head got too big because, like I said, when that seat had flames on it and you was doused in gasoline, you thought you were untouchable.
Well, beating Ohio State made you feel like you were untouchable. Like you thought that you were Harbaugh, because remember Harbaugh was the Teflon Don. They never nailed him he was Jello on that wall. They couldn't nail nothing to him. Like we got him this time up there. He slipped through our crack. We got him this time. Nope, you thought, and since you was his handpicked guy, you thought that you think you tough. You one of them rolling 60s. Now, I want to get to Junior's question right here, because we might have to scrap the rest of the show and stay in this for the whole show today, because here's another factor here. He says, curious what y'all think about Manuel's future. Now, Mike, who's not on the show today, he did tell us last week, for those who think he's ducking the Michigan slander, his sister is graduating this morning. And he is on the road. He's at the graduation. I think it started at 9. So we've had conversations about this, and we will get his thoughts next week. But we talked about Manuel. He said Manuel needs to go. My initial response to him, to answer your question, Junior, was, well, he lied to Manuel like he lied to us. Tasha, what do you think? Jump in here.
It's not Ward Manuel that I'm worried about. It's the boosters.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because they're going to pick the next coach, not Ward. And to Manuel's credit, Credit is a real quirky word to use right now, but I don't know of another word to use in this moment. Football team, top 20. Basketball team, basically the best team in the country. They're ranked number 2, but they're the best team in the country. Girls basketball, top 5. The hockey team, number 1 in the country. Michigan has the most balanced and profitable athletic program in the country right now, and he's the head of that. But the character issues with the coaches that are being brought on board, it's the football team, but the football team is the money driver.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Because I don't know any other athlete at the University of Michigan that's making Bryce Underwood money.
Right. Or has the profile of a Sherrone Moore. Even Dusty May. Dusty May can still walk into your local Chick-fil-A and you might not recognize him to take a picture. Everybody gonna see big black ass Sherrone Moore walking in. Ain't that the Michigan coach that did this? We're a long way away from that arrow.
But it's to me, like I said, it's just it's not to. I mean, it's the fact that she's walking around like she did something big by telling. Bitch, you still a hoe. You started an affair. You knew the man was married. You knew he was married. But you took it upon yourself to say, yeah, I'm finna give him some sloppy tops, some Dawn, some Becky, some jawbone, as you like to call it. I said the way this fool crashed out, she must have been part Anaconda. Anaconda, ain't that? No, the Anaconda's, yeah, that's the one. Wait a minute,
my Anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun.
Like she had to be part Anaconda or something. That jaw must have been detachable. For him to show.
The thing is that now y'all know what the old ladies back in the 80s and 70s used to call the pocketbook. You know the pocketbook been bringing down powerful men since Christ's time. Now, to Tevin Moore's point, it's the ... okay. Because let me read this like Jay-Z said it. He says, "I'm not black, I'm OJ." Okay. Okay, you'll see.
I mean, you know that same. I mean. And I know he had enough time. Look, he had enough time to get out because the Diddy doc came out before all this came out. And I know he watched it. They called Diddy.
Right. Now.
It was so that everybody was leaving a breadcrumb for this fucking idiot to pick up the crumbs and say, maybe I need to call this quits.
Right. You had an exit ramp in July. You could have done it quietly. And even if the school said you breached your terms of your contract and you have to go, you could have walked away on your own. They could have put together a press release. You just said in your opening salvo that he has a great lawyer, and so does the school. They could have crafted together a nice little story, a mental health thing. I'm taking a step away for a break. You could have used that to parlay that into another Power 5 job, Power 4 job, but you didn't. Now, shouts out to Bradley. He says, the moment you let your linebacker stay in the game when he headbutted the ref, I thought that was odd too. Like, how do you – I thought that was odd too, my man. Make sure you like and subscribe. Yeah, he should have been benched. Obviously, well, he couldn't get no pressure. Neither could the backups either, though. So, like, I mean, damn. Much love for all Michiganders. Okay. We down bad, bro. We down bad. What's
the coach of the Cardinals? He should at least pull one of them. He should have grabbed him by – you know how they grab him by like this part? But you got
it's the Draymond to KD.
He should have shook the shit out of him and said, "Why you do that?"
No. The Draymond to KD.
I mean, he didn't. That's true. You let him because that play was. That was one of the stupidest plays I've ever seen because we were they didn't. So they got a field goal after that, didn't they?
Yeah, they got a field goal after that.
Okay, they got a field goal, but that could have cost like the Buckeyes could have got a touchdown after that stupid penalty.
And it's just but the thing is though, is a lack of discipline really that hard to see when you got a lack of discipline from your leader? You don't think those players have seen those two together in some
and when you see all the clips and the photos and the videos of them on the sideline, on the field talking, and somebody put up and said, I wonder what they was talking about.
What did y'all do? What that mouth do?
That's what he was saying. Give me that Doug, give me that Becky.
What that mouth do? And the thing is, and for any woman out there that may be offended by me saying that, the reason why I'm saying what that mouth do, and I'm saying it so cavalierly, is because if you look at the age of Sherrone's kids, not only was he married, but the lady was seeing him, the wife deliver kids. What, one kid 2, one 6 months old? Like, What does the school do with her? Let's move the conversation to her because she's not fired. She's still she's still there. Did the kick door incident that wasn't a kick door, but you know what I mean?
About to pull a kick door.
Did the kick door give her a golden parachute? Do you think the school is worried about litigation if they fire her?
Yeah, they're worried about being sued, in my opinion, just like the chick.
Based on what grounds, though, Tasha? I'm curious. Based on what grounds?
Because if they fire her, she would probably say, well, I was in, like I said, the woe is me tour. He threatened my job. He did, bitch, he ain't threatened your job because he gave you a raise. Let's just start there.
Well, you was given the jobs.
Right. You was given the jobs, the hand, the mouth,
the bowling ball, the bowling pins. Okay. And you know what?
Okay, Urban Liar, if y'all don't know.
Right. I want to get way to catch that, Tasha. Speaking of Ohio State, I want to give Ohio State some credit here because y'all could have went a lot harder on us after 5 years of us really getting in y'all face about the rivalry, and y'all really haven't. Shouts out to Bradley. Shouts out to Jody, but I ain't read his comment yet.
And shouts out to my girl.
Been getting men in trouble since the beginning of time. Ask Samson.
Yep. That woman had that man cutting his hand, losing all his strength.
Ask Samson. They had to die for that too. And just like in most stories, Tasha, in that story, there was a warning. They told him to stay the hell away from her. We're gonna burn your shit up.
Look at.
Didn't they burn the house? Didn't they do that? Didn't they burn up her daddy? They burned her shit up.
Look at the great King David who took down Goliath.
Yeah, he fell over some nya.
What he had a woman's husband killed because he saw her taking a bath and he said,
no, right. But the first, I guess that was the first bath in Body Works. But he actually told her told him to go sleep with her so that the timelines match up with the pregnancy. Like this ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing
he saw her taking a bath. He said, I want her.
Nothing.
He done sent that man to war and put him on the front line so the man could get killed.
Like dude was playing mini men. Wish death upon me. All right. Jody says, I'm just going to say this. I hate when people start with that because I ain't going to like what he says next. They didn't want him in the first place. He was around because he beat Ohio State 2 times. When he lost, it was easy to get him out of here. Okay, Jody, I'm going to piggyback on this because I thought it was going to be mess, but I agree. But I want to add something to that, Jody. And Tasha, please chime in with me. This is a byproduct of Harbaugh and Ward manual. Harbaugh had it in his last extension. That was a contentious extension because he kept flirting with the NFL. His last extension, he had it baked into his contract that Sherrone Moore would be his replacement. So they really kind of didn't. Ward, I'm sure if Ward had his choice, his black ass wouldn't have been coach. But what do you do when it's baked into the contract? Like, okay, we'll give him. And then, oh shit, we had him. Then he beat Ohio State. Then he beat Alabama. Then he bring in a top recruiting class with Bryce Underwood. They got to keep the hands off. He was ready in July. July Ward was like, no, we can get him out of here. Couldn't nail him. He was Harbaugh 2.0 until Delilah showed
until
up.
Hester Prynne.
We see Delilah too. Until Delilah showed up with them receipts, and they was like, get your ass out of here. They said his lawyer wasn't there, security wasn't there. He didn't get no cardboard box. He didn't get nothing. They just fired him.
They said, Sherrone Moore, get your least famous recipe.
Hold on. Bill Dukes. You know you done fucked up, right?
You know you done fucked up.
Huh. You know you don't fuck. What time did you buy the bottle of beer? I bought the bottle of beer. You know you done fucked up, right?
Shouts out Minister Society.
He got Bill duped. He got Bill duped. And you a dumbass. Y'all got me cussing on a Saturday morning. Y'all know I don't do that. Troy, this is what happened when you let Peter lead you and not G. All right, who you shouting at?
Saints.
Because I'm gonna go put on my dress shoes after that one. That one was a good one. Manuel got y'all a natty and the best basketball coach in America. Free Dusty May. Save us, Dusty. Save us. Hey, they play tonight at 7:00 on Fox. Watch all the talk is gonna be about Sherrone and not the basketball team.
Yeah.
Good morning, Nicholas. Father of a state champ in the house. We see you, player. Good morning. Anna, don't. Don't.
Ain't the anaconda the one with the jaw that can eat?
That's
shit
the one that
up?
ate up Ice Cube and them in that water. All right.
That's what
Cyber's
she
no
got.
victim. Obviously, you can't be breaking to her place, but she's a grown adult who participated in it.
Exactly.
That's why I don't get the stalking thing. When have we not stalked when our big toe do like this?
I'm gonna stab you as soon as I see.
When they cross.
I'm a Sherrone Moore you. Keep on.
When that foot do this. Y'all know when y'all see that foot do this, like, okay, phone bill paid, light bill paid. I'm gonna have some food delivered to my job.
But yeah, but it's the truth. But they're gonna let her keep her job the same way that the girl that Bobby Petrino was with, she resigned, but they bought her out. They paid her.
Yeah, but that was a different time. That was pre Shannon Sharp, and this can be a real money grab.
And so they're probably scared she's gonna sue them,
and she will
to get millions. Yeah, but I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna say because
because Gloria already on line one. You already know. Gloria already on that. Shout out to Wolverine J checking in.
They crying them color tears on national TV, talking about they was violated when you willfully, again, just like with Clarence Thomas and Anita Hill. And we tell the joke all the time. If Clarence Thomas wasn't ugly, and that's what Chris Rock said, "Ooh, girl, he ugly. Call the police." "Ooh, girl, he ugly. Call the police."
I want to give a shout out to Wolverine J. He says he like Jawbone. Look, that's what you get here at the Extra Point. Yeah, thank you for liking and subscribing. We are diehard Michigan fans, and we're gonna ride for our team. But today we got to spank that ass.
Yeah, we got.
Tasha said, "AB on Michigan until Michigan embarrasses me."
That is what I say.
Y'all got to catch these hands today. Go ahead, Tasha.
I always say ABOB, which means always bet on black, and then I say until black embarrasses me.
Now, see, I was saying ABO blue, ABOB for blue until, but your black ass embarrassed us.
You embarrassed us. But yeah, she's probably gonna just go away in the night.
Yeah.
And if I was her, I wouldn't want to keep that job.
Why would you want to keep that job?
Because, like I said, she's literally walking around with a scarlet letter on her chest. And then just think, if they can't get a decent coach, then everybody's gonna be looking at her as, I mean, that's a coach that's less talented or less capable than Sherrone Moore could have been. We don't know what the brother could have been.
Sign me up as the one who will be at the front of the line saying you tore down our program.
You raggedy bitch.
Toppy.
You raggedy bitch. That's what you raggedy bitch.
Because when you woke up that morning, you fully understood the ramifications of what you were about to do.
Yeah.
And then you want to stay there?
Yeah. Like
they're gonna be like, we brought you some coffee this morning, Paige.
like you're the known office snitch now. Nobody will want to be affiliated with you.
And you know the new coach, the new coach that they hire ain't gonna want to see her within 100 feet of his program.
And anybody that is defending her actions because she's quote unquote the victim, that's bullshit. She was
the victim when he put that butter knife to his own throat.
That's the only part. I said, like my friend Debbie lives in Columbus. She's a California native, but she sent me a message. She says, she said, that's all the talk of the town up here in Columbus. And she was like, she felt sorry for the girl or something. And I said, no, I don't feel sorry for her because she knew what she was doing. My only issue was when this fool went full on fool.
Right.
He went to her house. That's the issue.
He went to shine and his head stuck through the thing.
Here's Johnny.
Damn it, Moore. Red rum. Really. Now, Spank Moore, he says, my opinion, Moore hasn't changed that much. What he did off the field is not my concern. I'd offer him a job as O-line coach. Let the best man win. He is a hell of an O-line coach.
The affair, the relationship,
right?
It's the fact that he lost his fucking mind,
right,
and thought that it was. I don't want nobody like that coaching me because you can't make rational decisions because your ass is crazy.
And if you're the coach with him on your staff, and that's my son sitting there, I got questions. Like, you got Sherrone Moore on your staff. Like, he done already cut a bitch. Like, what? Well, is he gonna be trying to holler at my son's old lady? Jody, if you still own some warm cookies, Are Ohio State fans reveling in this? How much are y'all enjoying our downfall? Because we had a really crappy month. Boneless cookies are. No.
Jody, I don't think she. Joe.
No.
She might have had some boneless cookies. The way this fool reacted.
Now, see, this is where I was at yesterday, Junior. She told him back in July that she didn't know anything, she didn't do anything. So how could she sue? I'm wondering if she got the immunity deal of a lifetime.
That's my thing. When she told him, "Look, the heat is on, motherfucker.
Right.
The jig is up." I was going to say something else. I caught myself. It's up. Let's call this quits. But he didn't want to. So I think that's like when the stalking probably started, because she's probably like, look, I'm trying to keep my job. I don't want this to get out. You know who my father is. I don't want this embarrassment to come on my father. Please, let's end this. But he went crazy. So Jody, she probably did have some warm boneless cookies.
She did, but the thing is, and Junior, he says, save. I don't know how, I've never heard of this channel, but they're doing a great show. Thank you. And stick around, because we want you to be around to cut down them nets with us in April when the basketball team does a full 180 from the Fab Five. Good morning, Melanie. Y'all are making me laugh. You ought to see our group chat. I appreciate these live. Right, this levity and this crazy levity. That's a nice work word. Where you work at, Junior?
I know where you work at. The SAT word.
Who's in levity? Okay, what you make on your ACT? Trees, you really enjoying this as an Ohio State fan? I know you are. And today is your day. Now we got some pushback. Brian says she's still the victim. He had the position of power.
Sorry, Brian. She's not a victim. She could have, when he first approached her, she could have said, no, married, get away from me. No.
But Tasha, she's the victim when he kicked the door in. That part she is.
That's the only time she became a victim. If you carry on, not an affair, because an affair is a short period. You carried on a relationship with this man. Bitch, you ain't no victim.
And I want to draw that line of demarcation, because dude said levity, and now I want to use big words too. Line of demarcation is what happened after the firing. Mm-hmm. Had you gone home and got put out and sat in your car and smoked your Black and Mild and your weed and drank your Hennessy like any other man would after he gets
he probably still have a damn job, another job somewhere.
You would have another job. And back to the point of the guy who said O-line coach, you're a hell of a recruiter. Yeah, you in the background then. He's a hell of a recruiter. Tasha, don't do it. Tevis, she'll still be the one that broke up the band. She did break up the band. If Bryce Underwood leaves in this portal window, we throwing hands with. I can't throw hands with her, but Tasha,
no.
We can send you
if Bryce Underwood leave, I'm gonna need Joe Simon, attorney at law, right across the street from the big house. I'm gonna need him. Big boy, say hi to the people.
Jody, don't. Jody, today's the day to kick us. Don't have a who heart.
But that was my point with the post that I made.
Yeah, and I like your post. I like that.
I like that. Is his wife. The embarrassment that she's now having to go through, even if she knew.
Mike!
Even if she knew what was going on. What did you say? I don't give a damn what you're doing. Just don't embarrass me.
Right.
And he has embarrassed her.
Yes. And I really feel bad for her, because even if they had a nod wink thing of, I know what you're doing, but just don't embarrass us. You couldn't even do that.
And he did.
You couldn't even do that.
My loyalties, again, we don't know what she knew, but at the end of the day, whether she knew or not, we didn't know.
Right.
Now, y'all, this shit is on the national news.
Right. They talking about this on Good Morning America.
Her father is, I think, a scouting coordinator for the Bears.
I
think his name is John Shivers or something like that. I think that's what her father does.
Oh, that's right. You're a Spartan. Hey, but today we brothers in arms. There's a lot of Big Ten going on in this chat today. I love that. Mike, you missed a Big Ten chat day. Shouts out to, let me throw you up there, because there's people out there. Hey, that's our third member of the show. Mike, I know you like, damn, I'm glad my sister graduated on the day that Sherrone got fired.
Come on, Big Ten. But
that's gonna be a hell of a game against Spartans.
I mean, I feel so sorry for his wife again.
I do. I really do.
Me being in that same situation where my ex-husband slept with a bitch at his job. You see what I'm saying? But I wasn't as invested. We didn't have children together. My daughter was grown. I didn't care because I had already known but what I did was be the smart bitch. I was just collecting all my coins so I can get my motherfucking escape ready. But this woman,
she did too.
That's what I said. I said, I hope she got that pin to that account. Girl, go take all that fucking money out. I don't even know who bailed him out of jail.
Bro gonna be coaching at Savannah State because, you always got to come back to the HBCU. But Tasha, read this real quick. Robert Carrion is a racist donor who kept calling Sherrone Moore DEI hires. If he's one of the major players, then that, like I said, this story is bigger than a 30 for 30. They're going to have Hulu or somebody going to do a doc on this. There's so many layers. There's no way we're doing anything.
Yeah, he was saying a lot of stuff, and I was reading a lot of the stuff that, that he was saying. Again, for all you uneducated, the biggest benefactors of DEI are Caucasian women. So let's just get that out there.
That's true. Now, Brian says, yeah, but young girls are enticed by men with power. Look at history. I'm not saying that's not how it started, especially when you can give somebody a $45,000 raise. I will bang my boss right now for $45,000.
I'm about to stab you.
I would. Christina, let me not say her last name. Christina, if you got 45 on it, we can blow it back out. I'll take that blue chew.
But what did I say about 20 minutes ago? We still have not heard his side of the story. We don't know if she came on to him or if he came on to her. Either way, they were both
came
for a period of time.
They both came repeatedly. Obviously, you were together 2 years. Okay, Melanie says, I'm late joining in. Did he go to the house because she was breaking up with him or because she was she was telling him? He got fired, and he went to her like, why did you do this to me?
Right, he said, why you do this to me? Melanie, I know you don't know.
Spread your cheeks. What did you spread some butter on his cheeks?
That magic shave, you used to put that magic shave on and shave it off with a butter knife. Melanie, he allegedly had some butter knives and some kitchen scissors and threatened to take his own life.
You think she busted out laughing when she saw the butter knives? She was like, what you gonna do with that with your thick ass neck?
And these kitchen scissors, he would have had to do a whole lot of jabbing because they really not sharp.
He was stabbing her while she was calling the police. She was like, he stabbed me. He ain't broke no skin yet.
Like Peoples Hernandez.
Right. She's like, stop this wrong.
He was doing Peoples Hernandez.
She ain't too bright. Hey, she's no victim. She wanted some chocolate. YouTube, y'all are showing out today. I'm loving y'all. All of y'all like and subscribe because we're not done talking about this. Y'all, this is great stuff. Why didn't he have her sign an NDA first? This is the big league. AP Culture. Somebody answer that.
Mama, I'm going to answer this for you. I said, you hadn't gotten on the show yet. They never think it's going to happen to them.
But she's right. With the type of lawyer that he has, why wouldn't you confide, hey, I got a side piece. This thing is progressing. She might be pregnant or I need to protect myself in case my wife finds out of anything else. Like, think about the damage she can do in his divorce hearing.
The same way Shannon Sharp didn't have an NDA. They never think they're going to get caught. It's not going to happen to me. I love her. She loves me.
She said, yeah, I was worried about the crew because I know how hard y'all are. Well, thank you, Melanie, because the rest of my friends were trolling, right? Trolling.
I didn't really get trolling.
Well, I got trolled.
I didn't. Nobody was trolling me because they know how I felt about him anyway.
Julia says the butter knife is what I can't get over. She didn't have a steak knife.
That's what I said.
In there.
I know it's a butcher block on everybody's counter.
I got a butcher block and I don't really cook.
He couldn't grab at least the bread knife. It got a small point on it.
Look, now that takes spread them cheeks to a whole nother level. What you gonna do?
Y'all, he had a couple of butter knives and some kitchen scissors.
He pop on the ass cheek with you ain't gonna kill her with it. That and the plan B delivery. I don't believe the plan B story.
We don't know. We haven't, Junior. We haven't verified whether or not that's true. That's just some speculation.
But I can't. Like, I've done Uber Eats deliveries before, and imagine being that delivery guy dropping off. I would be like, "Hey, is this for Bryce?" Because I got a card for some escorts. that have their own built-in NDA to even walk into the thing. You're not paying for sex, you're paying for discretion.
Right.
I'm gonna leave that alone. But see,
I'm waiting for some more of the layers to peel off because
don't do the butter knife. I saw what you did there.
That was my hand, because I really want to know who was the first one that alerted, because they said that someone had notified them of this.
Tasha, come on now. You've worked at a job. How many times did you suspect that two of your colleagues were cheating before it ever was exposed? Hundreds of times. People ain't slow. You can smell two people having sex in the same room like, y'all messing around, ain't you? It's just an energy about it that you just kind of know. That's why the school knew. I think the kids knew too. I don't think any of those kids were shocked. Yes, he played. He was an offensive lineman at Oklahoma, Joe.
I thought he was a tight end.
No, I think he was an O lineman.
Nope. She as of now, she's still listed as an employee at Michigan, at the University of Michigan. Her information has not been removed, but she did remove her LinkedIn account and her Instagram. And I'm so petty, I followed Sherrone Moore for the first time yesterday.
Good morning, Crystal.
Because I want to see what's going on.
I'm just say good morning. Good morning, Crystal. Welcome to the show. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you. Gotcha. Tasha, I told Mike jokingly that we wouldn't be able to get out of this topic for the whole show. And damn it, we were right. It was Robert Carrion because some lady interviewed him. I want to do some digging up on him. Now I got to Google him because
I was just reading some of the things and some of the stuff that he had said previously. I was reading it on Twitter, well, X or whatever. Y'all know what I mean. And I knew he did not like either, well, hell, black people in general, I guess, or people of color.
He said, sorry, y'all, I'm detailing you. Hey,
shout out. Good.
Tasha, let me ask you this. And then
we never thought about that aspect of it. So no, any content you give us, we appreciate it and we take it.
Run that. You know what I'm saying? So let me ask you this, Tasha. The firing opened up a 15-day emergency portal window for the Michigan players to leave. Nobody's no notable players have left yet. Are you surprised by that?
I'm surprised, but it does go to what we always say. You kind of want to play at Michigan. You want to be a Michigan man. You know, maybe that's holding true. And it also depends on who they're going to get to coach, because they still have some time after they hire a coach to still leave too.
But the thing is, they have a football game in 3 weeks. Like you would like, I wouldn't go anywhere near that field if I thought that there was a chance that I would leave. It's just weird.
I mean, they still have time.
Right. And it's going to be a vetting system to find out where will be their best fit, because they were surprised just like we were. Fair point. I agree with you there. Should have known it happened to Michigan State a couple of years ago. These Michigan men got to get it.
But Damon, I just said they never think it's going to happen to them. Let me look at this camera. They never think they're going to get caught.
Tasha, can you answer AP Coach's question in one word? That's your answer. Okay, that's your answer.
Mom,
y'all had y'all pick,
I can't say that because your son gets mad at me when I bring that up.
No, I do not. Let's not say that. Don't turn me into Sherrone Jr.
He was definitely on the milk yacht, Mama.
If you had your pick, who would you hire as the new coach? If I had my pick, it would be Deion. If I had my pick, it would be Deion. But considering everything we talked about, that might be a long shot.
Devin Gardner put a whole list, and I meant to send it to you on Twitter. Devin Gardner, who used to be the former quarterback at Michigan, he put a long list of coaches who he thought would be a good fit. I have to go and find, because I need to send it to you anyway, because we need to start talking about that in general.
Right. Kalen DeBoer has been the hot name at Alabama. Would you be okay with Kalen DeBoer? Mike said absolutely not. Mike ain't feeling Kalen DeBoer.
I mean, he's struggling with that talent that he got at Bama, and Michigan does not have that same level of talent. Well,
fair
then
enough.
He would be.
That's fair.
I mean, we're Big Ten people here. He would be stepping down a little far as talent in conference, as far as conference wise, but he's got all that talent, and he can't.
Tevis, I agree. Them players knew. They've been telling their parents since fall break. Coach ain't gonna last too much longer. Because we be catching him in the shower like Sandusky with them kids. You know what? Sanders for sure. All right, yeah. Let's make a play for Coach Prime. Because one thing Coach Prime is not going to do is get caught up in no sex scandal. Maybe he'll have them doing Bible class lessons and stuff in there. You saw what Deion could do with NFL caliber talent with Colorado. He doesn't have that this year, but I think giving the racial component and everything that's happened with this, and if you write about that booster, there's a snowball's chance in hell that Deion would even get a phone call. So we shall see. It was a CBS News reporter who interviewed him. Okay. So yeah, no, ain't gonna be no Deion. So we can get that out. We can get either it'll be Deion and no money.
But like I said, it's almost like when
T-Dub in the house. How you doing, man? Back from Mexico. Tasha, who are you shouting out today, Tasha?
Oh well, I wasn't done, but shit.
Well, go ahead and finish up because I gotta jump on the show. I told her I wouldn't be late. And I told her that this was going to be tricky. We
got to shout out our nephew, Mr. Miles.
Yes.
His father checked in with us. He is participating in an East-West All-Star Classic.
Yes.
Mom sent it to me. It's streaming on Worthy Road Studios on YouTube. If anybody would want to catch that.
You can see everything on there but the script. Keep going.
You know what? Go to hell.
Well, you did great without one today, all right? You cooked. You cooked today. The comment said you cooked.
And I want to shout out, y'all know I love all the damn animals. My Star Wars babies, Leia Organa and Padme Amidala, they turned 1 year old yesterday. My little kittens.
Now, I agree, Brian. I didn't agree with everything you said today, but I agree that he's a better recruiter than coach.
But when I say that, but when I say that, y'all get mad at me.
Well, wait a minute. I gave the man a B. I didn't give him an A+. I gave him a B.
I gave him a D because that's what he deserved for the D.
Right. No, he was throwing D is what happened. Crystal says, too many white men hate Deion Sanders. Deion is stuck in Colorado. To my point, she said it a lot more bluntly than I tried to eloquent that, but she's right. Given how things went down, that ain't happening.
But what I was going to say before you said start my shout out, since she said it, it's like when white men in the same position, they get a get out of jail free ticket. They get to get other jobs. Because they even went as far as going into Sherrone Moore's Instagram account to see who he was following, which it didn't matter until they got fired. Same thing they did to Lane Kiffin. They didn't give a damn what Lane Kiffin was doing until he took the job at LSU.
I still think that if Lane Kiffin had crashed out and tried to choke the bitch, then he wouldn't have had no job at Ole Miss either. It's the aftermath of the firing that I think that's going to hang Sherrone. I don't think it's so much.
Like I said, the whole issue I have is the fact that you went over that girl's house,
right,
with a loaf of bread,
those damn knives down,
and a stick of butter, and that's what ruined you. Was that?
Right. Looking like
I said, shouts out to his wife. I don't know her name, but I'm just praying for her strength during this time because this is embarrassing.
Very much so. Very much so. There's something that she didn't have anything to do with. I didn't see her in no videos cupping no balls.
There wasn't no menage a trois. None of that.
Right. There was no menage a trois. Nice word there. Y'all dropping eloquent after. Yes, we are. You done raised the bar, Junior.
You raised the bar. I got to get in my thesaurus.
I'm about to follow you on YouTube, my brother. I want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat. I want to give a shout out to Tasha because you cooked today and you drummed up a lot of great conversation with some of your topics. I thought that you did a beautiful job of really crystallizing how crazy it looks on the woman's side, and your honesty was made this conversation really, really valuable. No, stop holding the butt. Right, I'm telling her, stop it. Stop. Put the damn knives down. Shouts out to YouTube. Y'all have been phenomenal today.
All I'm missing is my favorite white girl. Like I said, my girl Kay. She probably still asleep because she was at her club last night doing it up. Club eating down here in Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic.
Shouts out to the DR. And no, he won't be mentally capable to coach for a long time because you're crazy now. Now once I've seen you in the crazy man suit.
Right, the photos, he just sitting there like this.
Once I seen you in the crazy man suit, and I'm gonna land the plane right here. I saw a meme yesterday that was joking, but I'm like, oh God, you're right. And as Michigan fans, we got to get ready for this. Them college game day signs are gonna tear our ass up. They're gonna tear our ass up next year. Don't put us on national TV next year, y'all.
We good. Just put us on the Big Ten network. We don't need.
Mama with the question marks. No, it's always go blue.
Mama, siempre vamos azul, mama. Siempre.
Hey, make sure y'all come back next week because we're gonna have to keep talking about this until a new coach is hired. And Michigan Mike will be back and offering his take because I think he wants Ward Manuel gone too. I may want him gone depending on what happens in these next 7 days. Y'all, this was therapeutic for me. Damn, this has been a long week. Tasha, get us up right. Edward Scissorhands.
I didn't do it. I didn't pull the trigger. I didn't shoot the sheriff. He pulled out some butter knives. Guys, butter knives.
What did Freddie say? Welcome to prime time, bitch.
It's prime time, bitch.
Bye, y'all. We'll see y'all next week. We'll see y'all. Love y'all. Bye.